Hey you! Stop reading and playing music at the same time. This message is for all musicians out there who are trying to get better results out of their practice time. In this video, I will show you how reading and playing at the same time while practicing can be harmful for your posture, your focus, and your overall practice achievements. Whoa, wait a second. But I have to read the music first. I haven't played this piece before. I know what you mean. I will also demonstrate how I practice and how I use the ready, set, go method in order to improve my practice results. And please don't get me wrong, I love reading music. I love searching the score for structure, meaning, and beauty. For me, reading music is essential. But there is a time to read music, a time to practice music, and a time to play music. I want you to be aware of when it is time to read and when it is time to execute something on your instrument. By observing many of my students and colleagues, I noticed that even if they practice tiny bits of a piece of music, they never stop looking at the score, even if they're just practicing 2 notes or 3 notes. It looks a little bit like this. And I always have to wonder, for 2 notes? Honestly, you have to read them? Let us analyze what is happening here in terms of posture, focus, and musicality. Notice how I push my head in the direction of the music stand. This fact alone can produce a lot of damage. When I push my chin forward, then I lose the balance point of my head and where it sits on my spine. This causes tension in my jaw muscles and my neck muscles. When these muscles tense up, then everything tightens up. This could also be the cause of tendonitis or back pain. So, watch your posture. Get your chin back and your head balance right. Let's talk about focus. While I am reading music, my brain is busy deciphering notation symbols. That weakens my capacity of utilizing my other senses. While I am busy reading and deciphering symbols, I won't be able to listen to the sound I am producing. I won't be able to control my articulation, my movements, and how my body feels like while I'm playing music. What this means is that you are not as efficient as you can be at that moment. I can hear you reading. We can hear you reading. I don't know if you have noticed, but very often when musicians play music while staring at their music stands, something is missing. It feels like they are spelling out the music note by note. It's like a first grader trying to read. Musicians that are very skillful and experienced can masterfully hide it and play beautifully despite of reading. When you have to read and play at the same time, you are constantly in reaction mode. Your brain has to do everything just in a fragment of a second. It has to decipher the notation symbols. It has to decide which finger is the right one. It has to decide over articulation, dynamics, the phrasing, everything. You are constantly reacting and moving in a panicky way. Have to do this, have to do this, have to do this. Your body is continuously one step behind the music. It feels as if you're driving and Google Maps tells you to take a right, to take a left, exactly at the moment you have arrived at the turn. What's the solution here? I can't play something I haven't played before. I have to read the music. Okay, we first have to absorb the music. We have to internalize it so it becomes our own. And I will show you how to practice it, how I practice it. Please feel free to grab your guitar and practice along. For this video I have chosen Etude Number 8, Opus 35 by Fernando Sor, just because I know the piece but I have never practiced it. Our goal is to learn how to play and memorize the first bar of this piece without having to read and play at the same time. Let me show you how. The first question we all have to ask is, what is the main goal of this practice session? What do I want to achieve? Why do I practice? In this case, I want to learn how to play the first bar of my etude and memorize it. Let's get started. My etude is on my music stand and I'm ready to go. First, we want to relax. Create a positive and calm state of mind. The basis for concentrated practice. Okay, take a few breaths and calm down. Beautiful. We are going to use a method I call the ready, set, go method. Think of these three phases as modes. So there is the ready mode, the set mode, and the go mode. In the ready mode, that's where you are going to read and try to extract as much information out of your score as possible. Let's look at our first bar. So here we are. Oh, the character is allegretto. That's nice. We have 4 sharps, so we are in the key of E major. The time signature is 3/8 and the piece starts with an upbeat on the note B. Oh, okay. Then in the first bar, I see just the harmony of E major. That's just an arpeggio. Nice. Okay. Of course, we have to write down our fingerings. I know you always write down your fingerings, huh? Right and left hand, as always. Yes, of course. So let's move on. We need a P, an I, a P, an M, and an I. Okay. At the end of the ready mode, you have to define a single goal that you are going to practice. One goal you are sure of that you can achieve. You have to be positive that you can make it. I don't want you hoping. I want you knowing that you can do it, okay? The first goal is I want to play the B on the upbeat of my piece with the index finger on beat number 3. That's why I'm counting out loud. Now, that's the end of the ready mode. Now we move on to the set mode. The set mode is the mode where you concentrate on your instrument and your body. It's the point where you are focusing, okay? Leave the score behind. It doesn't exist anymore. You know what to do. You know what the goal is. And now you're concentrating and getting ready to execute. Okay. The index finger on beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. Now we move on to the go mode. That's the mode where you execute. 1 and 2 and 3 and beautiful. Now hit the save button and repeat again. 1 and 2 and 3 and lovely. Safe. 1 and 2 and 3 and beautiful. So, don't forget to hit the save button after you have executed one repetition. So, the set and go modes alternate basically, because after you have played once, you have to reset and concentrate once again. So you're on set, go, set, go, set, go, and in between lies a rest. And that's how I practice. The goal is to know the path to the treasure, to our music, inside out. Then you're most likely to enjoy the journey. You will even be able to experiment and try things out. You will also be able to listen carefully to your partner and have a musical conversation, instead of just surviving the journey drenched in sweat and catching your breath. When you're able to see the next 4, 8 or 16 bars coming, the singing lines will come. Your phrasing will become more natural and exciting. Let me know what you think of my practice method in the comments and have fun practicing.